Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, we got to see who was here first. Connie Bomber! Welcome, Connie Bomber, all the way from Switzerland. Thank you so much for being here. And let's see Sharon Skinner, Emma D., Mary H., Church Nelly. Let's see who else is here. Veronica Quick. Did I say Mary H? Mary H. Neil. I know. Can you believe it? Let's see. CV is here. Carolita Simone. Let me see here. Thank you so much for the super chat, super sticker, and thank you for being here as always. Okay. All right. I think that's good. I'll say hi to everyone else as we go along. Lydia Washington is here. Perlina Answer. Thank you. Thank you. Renee Thomas. Deborah Anderson. Thank you all very much for being here. All right. Anyway, let's get on with it. There. So Meghan Markle to be honored at LA's Natural History Museum Gala. All the details. Yeah, well, let's see what the details are. The Duchess of Sussex will take the stage at the Natural History Museum Night of Wonder Gala. Okay, she should fit right in, right? Now, the new thing that they have at the People with these articles is the need to know. So, what are the three things we need to know? Number one, Meghan Markle will be honored and speak at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County's Night of Wonder Gala, June the 14th. The garden theme event highlights the Duchess of Sussex's work empowering women and underserved communities. That's just like our Duchess, isn't it? And of course, Meghan and Prince Harry are stepping out more, building new connections in Los Angeles. Well, what a monumental understatement, People Magazine. We've kind of been paying attention to that, haven't we? So, but anyway, I'm glad that they're acknowledging that just the same. Elaine Parker, Elaine, who is also a moderator as well as a longtime member. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Thank you very much for watching Royal Sussex. All right. There we go. Like most aging, over-caffeinated, chubby baby boomers, I have to mute while I clear my airways. I'm not getting older. It's just that my airways are uh, obstructed more, right? Oh boy, I tell you, I when it comes to aging, has anybody ever solved that mystery? What is all of these things coming up the back of your throat? I'd like to know. But better yet, I don't want to know. But I have turned into my grandfather with those guttural noises throughout the day, uncontrolled flatulence, and of course, the frequent trips to the Oval Office. uh, like Abe Vigoda on the hit sitcom Barney Miller. Remember Abe Vigoda? Yeah, he spent half of his duty as police officer in the restroom. That's me. Okay. Thank you again. And you're welcome for all the extra added information I just shared with you. Rohini. Hey, Rohini. Oh, wait, let me highlight that. Just want to, I am home from the hospital. Surgery went well. Thank you for all the love and support. Rohini, what else will we do? What else will we do? Of course, you have our love and support. And of course, congratulations in being on your road to recovery. Hallelujah. And more good news to come. I pray for all. That is great. Uh absolutely. Okay. Well, that is good news. That is good news. Revealing too much. Why? Can you see me walking around in my black socks, my boxer shorts, and my tank top? Now that's see there? You're making me do it again. That's revealing too much. Anyway, yes, Abe Bagoda. He was fish on. Anyway, you guys, we gotta celebrate this moment. I'm so sorry. Let's get back to it, shall we? Uh we can talk about all those obscene noises my body makes later, okay? I promise. As a matter of fact, I will share it via the microphone, okay? That's a promise. Meghan Markle's next Los Angeles appearance has been revealed. People can exclusively reveal that the Duchess of Sussex is set to be honored at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles' upcoming Night of Wonder Gala on June the 14th. The garden inspired evening of the at the Natural History Museum Exposition Park location will include remarks from Meghan, yes, who's being recognized for her work campaigning, uh, championing women and underserved communities, a mission that mirrors the museum's push to make science and nature more accessible across Los Angeles. Night of Wonder supports the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles's commitment to science, nature, and community, said Lori Bitterson Varga, president and director of the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. And I suppose she says here that we are proud to honor Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, a native Angelino whose work to advance community well-being and expand opportunity, especially for underserved communities, aligns with our equity-focused approach to developing science literacy for the next generation, including through our STEM and STEAM Pathways program. STEM and STEAM Pathway program. That sounds interesting, right? Organizers say that the gala will invoke the feeling of an enchanted garden. Wow, that sounds interesting. At night with immersive exhibits, live music, and dinner served in the museum's North Garden. Additional guests from across Los Angeles's cultural and philanthropic communities are expected to attend. I am stoked. I am so excited. This sounds absolutely amazing. So they're going to have all of that immersive stuff that you've seen advertised. Museums are doing that a lot, where it's like you're. I guess I'm guessing it means like you're in a room surrounded on all sides, and they use the lights. And anyway, it should be exciting. Since relocating to California, and oh, here we go with the revisionist stuff. Gradually stepping up their public appearances across Los Angeles while raising their two children, Archie and daughter Lilybeth, who is celebrating 4th birthday on June the 4th. That is tomorrow. Hey, don't we have a fundraiser? Oh, by the way, this that's the museum right there. Looks like a beautiful space, doesn't it? Okay, last year Megan attended several events in the Los Angeles area, including Paley Honors and the Children's Hospital. Okay. Okay, they're talking about her returning to Instagram. Yeah, so they always got to do that revisionist stuff toward the end of the article. But any old way, this is exciting news. Now, in the comments for this article, it says, I'm so happy for and proud of Meghan. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Someone else says, gosh, Meghan is such an awesome human being. Despite everything, she continues to do good. I'm always happy to see her winning. Congratulations. Congrats, Meghan. Truly well deserved. The need to erase what Meghan has and continues to do philanthropic wise even before Harry, has always been deliberate to make it seem she depends on the royals when she never had. And anyway, there's a whole bunch of them, but it appears that it is all very positive. Oh, I like this. Someone is making the point that the Archwell Foundation website gives a lot of info, things she's been involved with over the past few years. That's right. Put a plug in for the Archwell website. I like that person. Okay. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So there's all that. Okay, it looks like it ends with a quote from Meghan down there at the bottom. Let me see. My heart is buried deeply in my home. She told Fast Company, that was an interview she had. Everything comes from being rooted in the love story of your home and garden. And then you can imagine different verticals coming out of that. When asked about a clothing line, Meghan didn't rule out the possibility. The category of fashion is something I will explore at a later date because I do think that's an interesting space for me. All right. So that was from that Fast Company interview. All right. Very good. And of course, as ever, you guys, the way that they have gone, when I say they, of course, I don't mean human beings. I'm talking about the Rhoda and such. Rhoda, the Royal Rhoda and Company. The panic, the sheer panic of Meghan's success is so petty and childish. Um, I'm always amazed at just how low they could sink when everything about as ever has been nothing but success and more success on top of success. And the fact that it sold out in 45 minutes, they just had to try to find some rationale for that. Like, huh, that means that she didn't have that much to begin with. And yet, if you look at social media, it was blanketed with people showing off their purchases. So that doesn't sound consistent with just a handful of items. Plus, we saw the whole factory setup and everything. It was all very professional. So um, they were trying to figure out where was it manufactured. And I mean, to tell you, it has been quite the roller coaster ride. But at the end of the day, I do nothing but smile when I think about it. Yes, I love that. Meghan is running rings around these haters. It's like watching Muhammad Ali. You almost feel sorry for the opponent as they become worn down and bitter. Yeah, you almost feel sorry for the opponent because after a while, with doing the what do they call it, the ropey dope? After all of that dancing and foot shuffling and everything, they just can't lay a glove on you.
Bitter. And somebody needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter.
Cat Harlem says, hello, squatties. I have to get better at checking Archwell's website on a regular basis. Thank you, Cat Harlem, for saying that, which I haven't given that reminder out in quite some time, but I'll do it now. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for your super chat. But yes, there is the Archwell website, and we really do need to check it for ourselves. One of the ways the Sussexes will know how to reach us is by knowing how much traffic is going through their website. That's the message that they can control exclusively. That is the Archwell Foundation, which is the philanthropic side of their work. And then there is the Archwell Productions, which does not have as much material, obviously, but it is there and available. And you can get to both of those just by going to Sussex.com. It's so easy. You don't have to even type Archwell. You just put Sussex.com and it's going to take you to both of those. So that is the official word from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Thank you so much for that, Cat Harlem. Great reminder. Very timely. So head over to As Ever to be the first to know. What are we talking about? As ever, be the first to know. As ever, emails list sign up. That's right. Check it out. June gloom, not over here, because this month your favorite products are back. Did you hear me? This month, y'all favorite products are back. All right. Remember, this month, your favorite products are back. Isn't that a nice surprise? Isn't that a nice surprise? No more June gloom. Sign up, find out details and timing. So I'm sure most of us are signed up, but you know what? Do it again. Do it again just to be sure. I've already done so myself. Go over to the As Ever and make sure that you are signed up. Don't cost you anything. And then that way you'll know for certain. So better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So let me see here. Oh, Joan Garcia says, so where are those British so-called experts who say Meghan is not relevant and no one in Montecito likes her? I don't hear them. Do you? Nope, just crickets. And now shut the front door, you. There you go. That's what that means. Shut the front door, you. Well, or it could mean something else. But yes, thank you very much, Joan Garcia. I am super, super excited. Oh, well, that means I'm going to be up all night waiting to, for everything. But I do believe that we'll get a bit of a heads up from Meghan on the Instagram, which is a great thing about her being back on the Instagram, is that we'll get a little warning. We'll get a little warning. Okay. Thank you again. So, again, as ever, is coming back very soon. So, I guess that means June. So, look for it. Hey, Sonia Johnson. Jedi Lady EJ. Oh, by the way, don't forget to hit the like button. Please do not forget to hit that like button. Hey, Dorothy Ross. Well, it's easy to be an expert. We're all experts. We're all experts. We're all experts. Harry said that there is a very, very low bar to be considered a royal expert. So we are all very expert, especially given the education that we've had over the past few years. Oh my goodness, some of the things that I pay attention to, like who writes an article, I never thought I would be that person. But we've all kind of had that education, haven't we? To scrutinize some of the stuff that is put out there by the media. Oh, Neil, that is brilliant. I didn't think about that. A drop for Lily's birthday. Oh, you guys, you're going to have to be very vigilant. You're going to have to be very vigilant. I'm going to be up at midnight, California time, just to make sure. Yes, we have to be very vigilant. Have your credit cards ready. Charge it. Yes, be ready to charge it. That is brilliant. I didn't think about that. Okay, love it, love it. As ever, to all who've been wondering and waiting, thank you. Your favorites are returning, plus a few new things. I'm so excited. A few new things we can't wait to show you coming this month. Get excited. Okay, now that doesn't sound like tomorrow, but we never know, do we? Ah, I am, oh my goodness, my face is hurting from smiling. Do you understand how bad my face is hurting right now from smiling? Uh, that is so nice of you, Elaine Parker. Yes, good night, Dorothy Ross. Sleep well. Your Sussex Squad family is here for you. Uh, I could imagine what it must what it must be like for Archie and Lily. I could just imagine to have uh those parents, those two people as your parent. Oh, you've been rationing your honey? I hope so, Reba Henderson. That honey went very fast. Okay, and don't forget, you guys, this fall, With Love, Meghan is going to make a dramatic return. So you also have that to look forward to. And it's going to come by very soon. This summer is going to fly by so fast, and then next thing you know, we'll be back there again. I don't know. I'm super excited for this year. Now, join me and 500 plus industry leaders to shape Africa's hospitality future at the FHS Africa, the Western Cape Town, and that's June the 17th through the 19th. So Prince Harry's Travelers will join more than 500 industry leaders for that event. Now, whether Harry is going to be there, I don't know, but it says Prince Harry's Travelers. And as we all know, Prince Harry is the founder of Travelers, even though one of those tacky papers tried to pass him off as a co founder. I've never seen co founder in that language before. I've only seen Harry listed as the founder. So there you have it. Founder Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Okay. I'm just taking a little peek over here. See if I missed anything. So far, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Tina Knowles. How do you say that? Is it secret? Secret business tips. Is that French for like sacred? How do you pronounce that? And how Meghan Sussex plans to use them. Oh, okay. So I hope you all listen to the podcast. I hope you all listen to the podcast. I have, and I promise you, I feel like I did not take the best mental notes. So I'm going to depend on Feminagra to help me out with this one. The thing is, I was getting chills. I was literally getting emotional and getting chills because I was feeling so good about the connection between Miss Tina and our Duchess. And then when Tina spoke about Doria, saying, I think she was saying how nice she was, or whatever the case may be. But the way they were just so familiar and so relaxed with each other, I got chills. I got absolute chills. So I don't know how closely I was listening for the excitement of just the two of them speaking to each other. It literally felt like a mother daughter phone call right up to the end. I mean, Tina speaks to younger people, all of them, like they're her children. And that is so refreshing. It just reminds me of my childhood where I had so many mothers. I had so many mothers, and any one of them could give me the what for if I was misbehaving, and there would be nothing said about it because they all had my best interests in mind. So that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of my youth and all the mothers in the community. So yeah, that I was just in awe of that. So I was too overwhelmed to listen as closely as I should have, if that makes any sense. But it says here, Meghan Sussex's latest bonus episode, Confessions of a Female Founder, features an intimate conversation with Tina Knowles. They talked about balancing family work and their roles as family work and their roles as mothers and entrepreneurs, drawing on decades of business experience. She shares insight about her new hair care brand, which is, I guess I didn't hear how she pronounced it, but it's that word up there. I'm going to say it's sacred or sacred. I think it's sacred, which she created with her daughter, Beyonce. And they did speak about hair. I did hear that clearly, that they were speaking about hair. And Meghan spoke about her choice about wearing a wig and not wearing a wig. And Meghan said that if she had been in the industry longer, that she definitely would not have allowed her hair to be punished, you know, by the day-to-day filming and such, which is a lesson well learned. People in the industry do not use wigs because it's handy and convenient. They use it because they want to save their hair. Because otherwise, especially in the old days, those hot lights, right after you've used all of the hair products, the Aquanet and those kind of things, well, that was the ingredients for disaster when it comes to your hair. So that was it is something that people who know better definitely do better. Okay, so it continues. It says, Tina shared how she launched her first salon, Headliners, in, don't you love that name? Headliners in 1990. She explained how the salon stood out by offering professional, quick service that respected women's time, a rarity back then. Well, I don't know what I don't know how many women there are of African descent or African American descent for that matter, but I just tell you from my own experience, it was not unusual for me to be coming in from the club at 2 o'clock in the morning and seeing somebody still inside of a hairdresser's getting their hair done for the weekend. Sometimes it seemed like it was an all-day commitment. So I've never had that experience, but I was always fascinated seeing someone inside of a beauty salon past midnight, trying to get ready for that weekend or that wedding or whatever. Let's see. Is it Edie says, hey, y'all, long time no see. Do it to it. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you so much for being here. I see you got the Edie's ice cream logo. That is clever. I love that. All right. Antoinette Kennedy is here. Glad to see you. All right. Okay. So, where did I leave? Okay. Rarity back then. She also introduced the innovative approach by using a computer system to document her client's hair. Remember, this is back in the 1990s, including when they last had a relaxer. That is very, very good. You see there? Tina Knowles cares. Tina's focus on what people truly needed became the foundation for. Okay, I'm going to have issues with this. Did I? Are we agreed that it's sacred? Sacred is the name of the business. Oh well, Tina said her children, including Kelly Rowland, could have become hairstylists themselves because they all learned from her. I didn't know that. They all learned from her as they grew up. She also spoke about Beyonce's hair care journey. Despite the intense lights and long hours of performing, Beyonce has managed to keep her hair long, beautiful, and healthy, a testament to the lessons she learned from her mother. Tina shared powerful lessons. Her belief that business ownership can spark professional growth resonates deeply, especially for women eager to make their mark. Tina's early life shaped her vision. Tina spoke about how her childhood shaped the woman she is today. Growing up, she attended Catholic school where some nuns made her feel as though she didn't belong. Now, that was very, very emotional to hear her speak about that. Apparently, her parents bartered with the school to do labor for the school, like her father driving the nuns around, in exchange for the kids' ability to attend that particular school, only to have the some of the nuns say to them, or that you don't belong here, you're really not welcome. And Tina said that she, at the time, wished her parents, oh, this is just so heartbreaking, but she said she wished her parents would have told her and her siblings that that was the arrangement so that they would be equipped to fight back when they were being bullied by the other kids. I mean, this was a very honest conversation. It, whatever you say about Miss Tina, she's not a phony. She's not a fake. She's not a liar. She speaks from the heart. And she did. She spoke from the heart. I was like, wow. I was not expecting to hear that. So if that gives you an idea of what Matriarch, her book, is like, uh, you better grab a copy. You better grab a copy. That was intense. The early message of exclusion and class difference left their mark, driving Tina to prove she deserves a seat at the table. Yeah, that kind of thing, like that. And um, we've kind of heard that before. What's different though for um, Tina Knowles' experience is that her parents were a part of the day, meaning that she was still at home with her parents. But I remember hearing something like that from oh gosh, I think it was Joan Crawford. She said that she her mother had married several times, and that one of her stepfathers sent her to boarding school, and then when he left, so that the payments, and so she had to work for the upperclassmen as a way to stay in the school. And Tina said that her brothers had to help clean up the grounds of this school. So both parents are doing work. I think she said her mother was a seamstress, so she did sewing for them. Her father was doing the driving, and her brothers were helping to clean up the grounds of the school. Now, something like that will definitely shape you as an adult, only to have someone to make you feel as though you weren't welcome. So, yeah, I've kind of heard that from several very famous people about their experience in private school and being bullied and mistreated by the other kids and the staff. So, wow, that was very deep. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that again. I will. I'm gonna have to go back and listen. Oh, got a new member. Edie's a new member. Thank you very much for that. Hello, Vivian Green. Thank you so much for being here. So, yeah, if you did not have a chance to listen to the podcast, don't just listen to me talk about it. Do go and listen to it. Especially, we want our Duchess to get those numbers up as a way to help demonstrate how successful and, of course, how far the reach of the podcast is. So, um, again, I know some of you all have been doing it already, making sure that you listen to it once, twice, or thrice. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. It also will drive the algorithm because remember, there's a whole army of derangers somewhere out there trashing everything that Meghan and Harry is doing as we speak. So we have to push back. They're good people and they deserve our support. So anyway, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, so I'm going to keep moving. So let's see. Meghan reflects on family ties, reflections and family ties. That is, Meghan added personal touches to the conversation, mentioning that Archie's birthday party was the day before the podcast. Did you hear that? Archie's birthday was the day before the podcast. She shared how running as ever gave her a new appreciation for challenges of product launches, especially when everything sold out in 45 minutes rather than rush to restock. She paused to ensure quality, showing how she prioritized long term stability. Tina and Megan bonded, they sure did, over the behind the scene challenges of running businesses. They both emphasized that even in the hustle of entrepreneurship, family stays at the center. Megan, who has spoken about her interest in sharing her business experiences with her daughter Lily, one day found Tina's insight especially powerful. Tina said, "If we have a disagreement, it's her business, so she gets to win." And of course, she was speaking about Beyonce. If they have a disagreement, her mother says, "It's her business, so she gets to win." Beyonce's judgment and vision, she trusts her daughter so much because she knows Beyonce understands the business world so well. Oh man, what a great interview. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna just yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. That was just about the end of the article, but there was still a little bit more, so you can check it out for yourself. And then also, there's an article in Marie Claire, uh, an exclusive article in Marie Claire. So I know Marie Claire is kind of gossipy, and I usually avoid it, but I see that it's being recommended by Feminegro, so I will give it a chance. I will give it a chance. Let me see. Yeah, why not? Give it a chance. All right, I'm gonna go on. This right here is part of well, anyway, if you go to Megan's Instagram, this is what you will see on the Instagram: Confessions of a Female Founder. I sat down with wonderful Miss Tina Knowles to discuss her brand new memoir, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, so that's what's happening over on her Instagram. But listen, go over to the Instagram and like it yourself. I promise you, we need to do that. Remember, we got to push that traffic through the Sussex's website, Instagram, and anything else they have. So, as part of a daily exercise, check the Archwell website, right? We're going to put some traffic through there. And also make sure you do the Instagram. They only have those two things, the Instagram and the website. So, and of course the podcast, we, want to make sure we do that, but that's not something every day. But still, when we know it's available, we have to put some traffic through there. What's that? Talk text. Makes sense when Meghan told Tina her mother was at the concert and she didn't know that she didn't know, and Tina said she was there and wish she had known. Yeah, you know what? I got very touched with. She said, "Oh, I wish I would have known that she was there." I thought that was just. I love that. I love that. I really did love that moment. It was just how familiar they were with each other. That got me very excited that they were just so familiar with each other, and especially when they were just like, you know, Tina was talking about Tyler Perry, and we found. See, I don't want to give it all away. I don't want to give it all away. So you guys go and listen to it yourself. I don't want to give away. Yeah, I don't want to give it all away. So do listen to it yourself. But I'm just like, oh yeah, that was, and I don't want to do that to you. I want to leave a few surprises for you with the interview. So I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. Okay. Whew, that was tough because I wanted to say it so bad. Number one. See there? Number one. Tina Knowles, Matriarch hits the number one on New York Times bestseller list. Yes, number one on the New York Times bestseller list. She said she could not believe it. She never thought that would happen. There we go. That was just a little salsa celebration for being number one. Yes. What a day for some good news, right? We needed that. Oh, thank you so much for that. Everyone, I posted the contact info for the Montecito Journal to complain about Richard Maynard's in the comments section of yesterday's podcast. Everyone, please contact them to complain. Yes, do express your feelings about that. Remember that weasel I pointed out yesterday? Every time they say, oh, we talked to one of Meghan's neighbors, and it's the same person who's been talking for the past 5 years. And it makes no sense that they keep referring to him as a neighbor. We don't even know how close he lives to them. And he contradicts himself, that awful person he is. He constantly contradicts himself. So again, yesterday's video in the comments section, Cookies and Cream has put some direct information so that you can express your feelings about having that weasel of a person constantly criticizing Meghan, somebody he's never met, for things that don't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Oh, no one in the community sees her. It's Montecito. Do you know how many apartment buildings I lived in? And I may have seen a neighbor in passing this year, and then I see them the next year. Then I don't see them for 3 years. And then I'm like, oh, I thought you moved. So if that happens in an apartment block, imagine the long manicured lawns and the very high hedges and walls of Montecito. And how much do you ever see your neighbors? How much? That's why I said it contradicts. It's not Wisteria Lane. It's not the Desperate Housewives Street where you see people coming and going and walking back. It's not that. That's why I said it doesn't make sense and it contradicts time and time again. So thank you very much for that, Cookies and Cream. Again, number one, and also don't forget Confessions of a Female Founder. You can see, or should I say, listen to the podcast with Miss Tina Knowles. Oh, Antoinette says, Baron, I can tell you was excited about this. Thanks for sharing, because I turned on at 7 this morning. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Still haven't seen Santa Claus, but I keep his gifts. Is that a double entendre? Is that code for something? Please explain if you feel like it. I mean, you don't have to. Yeah, thank you, Reba Henderson. Yeah, that you could tell I was very annoyed by that person. It was when I Googled his name and I just saw this same song and dance over and over again. And the fact that so many publications, most of which are pretty trashy, but the fact that so many of these publications, they just give him carte blanche to just say whatever. He has the freedom to insinuate and contradict himself again and again. And then, I mean, no offense, but this is what is so awkward about that, is that when you hear him speak, and you hear him speak with that very posh English accent, it's not like this is some third generation Californian or Angelino that has roots so deep in the community that he is in a position to speak about Meghan, the alien, and the outsider. When he's speaking in all these posh, erudite tones, obviously he's a transplant. He's the one that seems like he just showed up last week, and he is given the freedom to condemn someone he doesn't even know. It just doesn't make sense. I've always thought that Harry was rather jolly. Blah, blah. And I'm just like, are you serious? You? I mean, he doesn't sound like someone next door. He sounds like someone from across the pond. That's what makes it so awkward. If you're going to do something like that, then you should at least have taken notice of the fact that he sounds like he just got here. It doesn't even sound like he's picked up any American accent whatsoever. It's just like he just got off of a BA flight and he's been living there for like a week instead of years. Even Harry's accent has changed. But this guy, I'm telling you, he sounds like he just got here. And I'm just saying that makes it very awkward to be so critical of Meghan about being in her home state. How do you judge how she fits into the state she was born in? I'm like, are they serious? I can't believe that this is their strategy. It doesn't make sense. Well, and one of my greatest frustrations is the fact that the people that are so brutal when it comes to judging Meghan's character are usually pompous, angry white males that aren't even from the US. They're all from the UK. They're all these monarchists. They're all these Brexiteers. They're all conservative leaning. And if you see the list of papers where this guy has worked he's a journalist. Why would you get a journalist and claim that he's a neighbor of Rachel Meghan Markle? He's not a neighbor. I guarantee you he doesn't live anywhere near them. I'm not even sure he lives in Montecito. I know he lives in Santa Barbara, and I know he does he works for the Montecito Journal, but does he even live in Montecito? That is not even clear. You look at the face of the men that have been so hostile to her, to Meghan, and then you look at some of the other people that they have been hostile toward, like Michelle Obama, the Williams sisters, and just about any other Black woman. It seems like they are obsessed with criticizing and berating Black women. What a sad commentary. I mean, it really looks bad. It really looks bad for the country. It really looks bad for the country because the face of the hatred and hostility that most outsiders see are those people. It's only when you visit the UK that you find out that most people don't even think about the royal family from one day to the next. It's like the wallpaper, they're just there. They're just a fact of life. You don't plan your schedule on whether or not it's the Queen's birthday, not unless you work in the area or unless it's a bank holiday. Who cares? Most people don't. They just go about their business. But the perception that people outside of the country have, thanks to the tabloid media, is that it's a part of everybody's day. Everybody wakes up and listen to the King's speech before they start their day, where nothing could be further from the truth. You know, funny thing is, when I was in the UK, I stayed in Brixton one time, and it wasn't until I left that I heard Brixton was supposed to be like a rough area. I even walked through one of the housing estates, and it was so quiet. I mean, I didn't see anybody around. But it wasn't until I left that I found out that it was supposed to be this kind of rough and tumble area. I'm like, really? So the weekend, I watched a thing about France, right? About Paris. And this guy who happens to be from the UK, he went to Saint Denis, and he kept saying that Saint Denis was this awful, rough area in Paris, and and that you ought to be careful when you go there. I'm literally looking at this guy walking through the same areas that I visited back in, gosh, I think it was at least 10 years ago. I think it was back in, well, I think it was back in 2009, maybe. Anyway, it was a long time ago. And I'm looking at him go through these areas, and I'm like, when I was there, it was sunny, it was bright, it was beautiful. I went into some local diner. Barack Obama was president, so I remember we talked about that. And I had such a good time spending the day in Saint Denis. If it was something scary about it, I I didn't see it. I didn't see it. So I get like they say, it's all a matter of perception. It's all a matter of perception. Okay. Anyway, again, congratulations, Miss Tina. Harry, let's see, exclusive Prince Harry's personal letter to ex Special Forces Everest record breakers. So, Harry's letter that you can see there, that is too small for me to read, but let me give it a try. I'm going to give it a try and see what it says. Okay, here goes. Oh man, that's no good. Let me see. Wow, what a truly remarkable accomplishment. When I heard the news of your summit, I felt compelled to reach out and offer my warmest congratulations. What you've done is nothing short of extraordinary. Reaching the top of the world is an immense physical and mental challenge in its own right, but doing it with purpose to honor and support military families elevate this feat to another level entirely. I take my hat off to you all. You've pushed the boundaries of human endurance while shining a light on a cause that is deeply important to me, the well being of our service families, especially children and young people who've experienced loss. For that, I am hugely grateful. I was particularly moved to hear that Corporal Lee Scott's name tag made the journey with you. That gesture speaks volumes, and I know it will have meant the world to Nikki, her family, and all those at Scotty's. Thank you for your strength, your advocacy, and your willingness to make the climb on behalf of others. You've not only conquered Everest, you've brought attention to the sacrifices of our armed forces community in a way few others ever could. Well done, lads. All the best. Has Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. So that, of course, is the stationery from the Duke of Sussex. I don't know what that says at the top. Dear something. Dear Al, Garth, somebody, and somebody else. I can't make it out. But yeah, so that was a letter from Prince Harry today. And then lastly, guess what, you guys? I'm almost done. You've changed. We're supposed to. Now, this is so perfect. Guess where I got this from? I was on social media and I just happened to go past the what is his name? Beyonce's dad. I forgot his name. I thought I saved that article to share with you, but I don't see it now. But anyway, he posted that, and I can't help but think that that was a way of celebrating his wife's success. I really do, or his ex-wife's success, should I say. But I do believe they're still friends. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Matthew Knowles says, change in life often occurs through combination of experiences, personal growth, and self-reflection. As we encounter challenges and gain new perspectives, our belief and behavior evolves. Life transitions, such as moving to a new city, a new job, or experiencing new significant relationships, can also uh, catalyze change. There we go. Ultimately, embracing change requires an openness to learn, adapt, and sometimes step out of our comfort zone, allowing us to develop into better versions of ourselves. I'm grateful to be a better man than I was 20 years ago. Thank you, Gina. Okay, I guess that wasn't for her. Okay, book me to speak. So this is he's been doing the lecture circuit. So you could actually if you have an event and listen, don't knock him. He's worth listening to because he is the architect of the Destiny's Child. And of course, behind every great man, there's probably an even greater woman. And together they created that family business that is thriving today. So, but yeah, there you go. That was on his Instagram. Okay, are we good? I am done. So I'm going to go. Unless something big happens, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you again, moderators, for keeping this a safe space that it is. And also, thank you. Let me see, who's the newest member of Royal Sussex today? It's Edie, who is a new member. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, okay, I think we're good. I'm just looking at the last comments here. Good night, Elaine Parker, Ingrid Soares, Gwendolyn Daniels. All right, cheers. And we're out of here.